Welcome back to Beers on Gaming, everyone. How are you today, Mark? We tried doing this last night, but we were just too drunk.
Yeah, we got. I think I have actually never been more wasted than how I was.
Seriously?
That was no.
Okay, I've definitely been more wasted.
I have not. I have never been puke drunk.
We got 15 minutes into our podcast, and Mark's just like, I think I need to puke.
So actually,
It came out of nowhere too. We were just talking to each other, doing our thing.
Yeah, and I was like, but to you, it was just we were just talking around, and suddenly I'm like, I'm gonna puke. But I was kind of just sitting there, kind of stewing for a bit, like, ugh, this better end soon. So no, and then listening back to it, I did not love how we sounded. So I'm not opposed to doing a tipsy cast.
Yeah,
but I don't think we're gonna do a drunk cast.
So last night, I surprised you with a movie.
Yes, you were texting me this all past week. I thought it was going to be something very similar to when we watched last time.
You see, I'm not a basic bitch. You're not going to expect the same thing from me every time.
Okay, no. I mean, but in the same vein of let's get drunk and watch a bad movie, as opposed to let's get drunk and watch a good movie.
Yeah,
which you decided to show on Once Upon a Deadpool. Which, for those who do not know, it's just Deadpool 2.
It's Deadpool 2 with all the R content taken out and made PG-13 for the kiddies.
Which they lampshade with the new framework being Deadpool is recounting this tale to an adult Fred Savage.
He kidnaps Fred Savage, who is the kid from Princess Bride, that the grandfather's telling the story to, recreates the bedroom set from Princess Bride, ties him to the bed, and basically becomes his grandpa.
Pretty much.
And it's pretty great.
It's pretty fun, because it also shows that Deadpool's humor doesn't have to come from the necessarily adult content. It's really just clever writing.
It's and like
really terrible writing.
There's a lot of jokes like I picked up on even more now that there wasn't like a vulgar thing happening every 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Although they cut the shit out of that movie.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt. It was
you
only
haven't seen the actual movie.
I have actually not seen Deadpool 2. I saw Deadpool 1, but
I seen both, and the amount of stuff they cut out, like
I can only assume it's staggering.
I can tell, like sometimes, like their lips just don't match what they're saying, or like they'll just be in different fucking places all of a sudden, and I'm just like, oh wow, seriously, wow. Also spoiler alert, I'm going to spoil the shit out of this movie. So if you haven't saw Deadpool 2, like
the rich plot threads of Deadpool 2.
Yeah. When he shoots himself in the back of the head, there's like fucking blood everywhere.
Oh yeah, I figure.
Yeah. And he shoots, I'm pretty sure he shoots the fake Deadpool like 5 more times.
That's fun too. Deserves it.
But yeah, they totally show Baby Dick. His baby dick, they show it on multiple occasions. Ugh. But they censored it out of Once Upon a Deadpool, but like when he has his like fucking baby legs and everything, he gives you a, like, I think it's called, what's that movie?
I know the one you're talking about.
When he like uncrosses his legs and then recrosses his legs.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, he does that. And you get a full fucking view.
Ugh. Kind of glad I didn't see the R version.
Oh
no, but
But it makes you as uncomfortable as everyone else in the room is at the moment, and it's just a great scene. I love it.
It does sound incredible.
But yeah, it's still a really good, solid movie, even without all the R scenes in it.
That you can bring your kiddies to.
Yeah, I mean, it's still PG-13 though, so I mean...
So anyone who is technically allowed to see it now already saw the real version.
Well, yeah,
of course.
Parents are shit, but yeah.
No, because kids are smart.
The thing is, like, I don't understand why they would do that with the second one and not the first one.
Christmas time.
Because you can't watch this movie without watching the first one. Well, I mean, you can, but you just don't understand shit.
Oh, well.
But yeah...
there's a little say about good movies that are just good.
If your kid never shut up about wanting to see Deadpool, you can show them one of the Deadpool movies now.
Yay!
With parental guidance.
Boo.
So what else did we do?
We
tried out Blue Mage.
Yeah, we tried out Blue Mage and FF14. I think I heard you say this it's you more or less mirror my reaction to it, which is just
it's there.
It's there.
It's something to do.
Here you go, guys. Blue Mage's in the game. You wanted it.
It's
the system. The system is interesting. I like it. But it's just nothing. It's just
you need to be really big into the metagame of like playing missions unsynced to get anything that's good. Mm-hmm. And the drop rate on any primal move or any move for level 50, that for that matter, is shit.
And you have to keep doing that.
It's absolute shit. Like, I've done it for days now trying to get primal moves, and
no, just not happening.
It's just, half your party has to be, like, level 70 to make it even, like, bearable. Mm. The amount of times you have to do this, because Blue Mage is fucking terrible.
Right.
And not only that, like, you can't guarantee that anyone with you has the moves.
Right.
To do the things you need to do. So, it's just a giant fucking clusterfuck. Mm-hmm. Like, with Hawk Manor, if someone didn't have, like, a tank stance, you could still survive.
Right.
Like, but in this, like,
no,
you can't. You don't have fucking anything.
But yeah, it was just, I didn't even go into duties like you did. I hadn't played this on my own at all. It just held no interest for me, and I'm glad to see that my my suspicions were confirmed. It just has
I had
no
to run the Deep Croft, the first Deep Croft, 9 times before I got the move from the final boss. 9 fucking times, and I've soloed it 5.
I can only assume.
Because you can't even duty finder this. You have to, like, party find to find people, which party finder is a great addition, and all MMOs should have it.
Right.
Like, or at least be working towards it from this point. It's a success. It should be used.
Right. But
that being said, you still can't just enter duties as a Blue Mage.
Right. And that's the main crux of this, is that Blue Mage in the end is just there to be there as something to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually serve any
All purpose. That being said, it gave me something to do in a game that I've done everything there is to do now.
That's fair, but it's like I don't know. It just held no. I had no interest in it.
I get it. Absolutely.
After trying it out, I couldn't shake the feeling of this is going nowhere.
And I gave it
what I'm doing of hunting abilities and just doing single player content to level this up is what this is meant to be. And
I gave it the college try. Like, I'm level 50 Blue Mage. Like, I have, like, all of the open world moves.
Yep, you did it. You did it more than I did.
And I just, everything beyond that, like, while all that was interesting and that was fun to revisit old areas and try things out that I wouldn't have tried before, like, actually going to get, like, the high-end stuff now
is exhausting.
It's exhausting, and I get that there has to be a grind in MMOs, but this, when it becomes no longer fun for me, I'm just going to stop playing.
And part of that thing is the grind is ever increasing and it ever serves a purpose.
If it was anything but, like, if the grind was, like, fun or useful at all, I wouldn't mind. But since it's unsynced, it's not useful.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm coughing. I'm getting over a cold. It's unsynced, and it's unsynced. You're not getting any good rewards. You're not getting tomes. Mm-hmm. Like, at least if I'm running, like, raids or something, I'm always getting something.
I didn't get the thing, but maybe I either got XP if I'm not max, or I got tomes, which you use to buy other shit. You're always getting something. There's very rarely an instance, even in the latest games, when you very need only, like, one thing left, that you got nothing. This feels like nothing.
I always think, like, if you're going to make a system that's random chance to get something, if your player doesn't get it, the very least you could fucking do is raise the percentage by 1%
each time you do it,
and then drop it down to average percentage when they get it.
Correct.
It's not that hard. I've done coding before.
But Dave, aren't you filled with a sense of pride and accomplishment?
No.
Oh. I don't
know. See, like,
I didn't have anything more than that.
I'm not like most people. Like, if something wasn't fun to get, I don't feel relieved when I get it. I feel, okay, now I can go do something else.
Yay!
It's not fun for me. I get that some people live for that shit, though.
No, yeah, and I'm not one of those people.
Fair enough.
Fucking roll of the die. No, thank you.
Do you want to talk about Fyre, Baki?
I don't want to talk. Well, I can't talk about Baki.
I can talk about Baki.
You can talk
Let's
about
switch
Baki
to Fyre. You can talk about
No. I want to end up with Fyre. You go first. And
Okay.
I'll keep going.
We'll talk about... I binged Baki, season 1.
By the way, this is going to be mainly just a viewing podcast. We didn't actually play too much new. I didn't, at
Kingdom
least.
Hearts is coming out. I'm going to talk about that, too.
Well, we'll talk about that, yeah, because that's a big thing, but it's actually not out yet.
That's actually when you had to lead the podcast last night. The Kingdom Hearts conversation. That's when you had to leave last night.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I was focusing on not puking.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
But Baki, I binged season 1 of Baki. Has anyone ever seen the GIF or picture of a guy poking something with a stick saying, "Come on, do something.
Audience?
Come on."
Response?
Replace that with a picture of Baki. And that's basically the show.
You're waiting for all this build-up to go somewhere?
You're waiting for Baki to do fucking anything. You're told from the very beginning that Baki's this badass that beat everyone else and became, like, the strongest in Japan, but he literally does nothing the entire fucking show.
Uh-huh.
And you keep getting introduced to these other guys that are like, no, these guys are amazing, these guys are cool, like, as they're fighting, they keep stopping the fight to give you, like, backstory on these people. It's all style with no substance. It's like non-stop fights.
What the hell is this show?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Like,
I don't know either because you don't tell me anything.
5 prisoners all escape at the same time, leaving behind the same message. I want to taste defeat.
In this normal world, Japan?
Just they want to face total
Earth?
other defeat. Yes, on Earth.
Earth, Japan.
So they all go to Japan at the same time.
Uh-huh.
They don't know each other. They have no, like, information about each other. Just 5 of, like, the best, like, criminals on the earth. Like, that have destructive, like, horrifying, like, potential. And I only really ended up caring about one character. There was one of the criminals that basically did fucked up things to win every single time.
Uh-huh.
He would, like, one of his favorite things to do would be, like, to pull a piece of glass from his beard and, like, blow it into someone's eye.
That's fun.
Yeah. He would fucking, like...
You attached to him because he had a beard, right?
He did have a beard.
Yeah.
He's just... You never knew. He would change his personality on a, like, fucking dime. Like, he'll be fighting serious and all of a sudden he'll have, like, a kid's personality and then run on a fucking roller coaster and start, like, riding the roller coaster while people are after him. And like, the next second, he'll pull, like, this fucking wire out of his lighter, wrap it around a dude's arm, and just yank his fist off.
Oh, yeah, one of those. Yeah, I love those.
And he was batshit insane. And his fight, when it finally came down to the point where, like, his big moment, his big chance to lose, it just ended very anticlimactically, and it...
Climactically?
Yeah.
You talk for a living.
I know. It just ended very... It was really shit. And the show just ends. It just stops at one point. And I was like, is that it? Seriously? No more? If you like dudes fighting...
And I do.
And, like, horrible, gory fighting.
And I do.
Like, nonstop with no good story behind it, no good nothing behind it.
Dave, stop. I can only get so erect.
I know. But here's the thing that's bad about it. There's no, like...
There's no payoff.
There's no payoff. There's no build-up. Like, there's no, like...
It's just another large sequence of events
characters
happening.
are just thrown into this show with no rhyme or reason, and then they're given back... Ooh. Mark, what did you do?
I'm sorry, I had an alarm.
And then they're just given backstory as they fight, and then they literally just disappear, never to be seen again. And it just happens over and over and over again. And, like, some people might like that, but if you think back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Part 2, you always felt like
there was weight.
Jonathan was in trouble. Especially, like, the first... What?
Part 2?
Joseph, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
should be fucking sorry.
You always felt Joseph was in trouble.
Right.
Like when he was fighting the first Pillar Men, that was fucking intense.
Yeah.
You were worried. Like when the fucking...
I was worried what was going to happen to the Nazis.
when you're in the restaurant with everyone and just like things get really fucking tense and this guy's life is literally hanging by the words of an old grandmother. Mm-hmm. You're just like, oh shit, because there's so much building up to that.
Yeah,
that moment has so much meaning in it.
Yeah,
that this guy he's facing is nothing, but the fact that the grandmother is holding this dude's life in her hands by her words, it's a great moment.
JoJo does very well at building up threats and having them be paid off.
Yeah, this show does fucking not. Like, the only character I found interesting, he was punched in the face. Like, you don't even see him punched in the face. And, like, camera cuts away. All of a sudden, he's just lost. And he has the personality of a child. That's his payoff ending right there. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay.
There just doesn't feel... nothing is earned. There's a lot of cool moments. There's a lot of bloody moments, but nothing ever feels earned to me.
No, I'll say it again. No weight to
Yes. I never... Like, there's this scene where two guys are fighting in a park. Like, crazy shit is happening to these two people. But I don't know either of them, and I don't care about either of them.
That does remind me of... I haven't seen anything about this. I had only heard of it when you texted me about it and are talking about it now. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Though it does remind me of... I think it's called like the 7 deadly or like the 8 deadly words when it comes to fiction or anything that is viewed or consumed for entertainment purposes. If at any point you, the viewer, says something along the lines of, I don't care what happens to these guys.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's it. It is the kill shot for any piece of media. It's just it's not that I don't hate this. I don't like this. I just don't care.
Here's how the show could have been better. Like, all these people have fought Baki in the past. Mm-hmm. In the tournament that you never get to see.
Okay.
Why the fuck didn't we see that tournament? Why isn't that season fucking 1 of Baki winning the fucking tournament? Because everyone's like, I would know who Baki is. I would understand his powers. I would understand where everyone else comes from. I'd care that a bullet just got shoved in this guy's mouth and like went off and blew out his face. I fucking care about him now. Mm-hmm. But if you just like have a police officer describe the incident after it happens while you're watching the fight, like, oh, you think that would have taken him down. But really, this guy is insane. It's just like, this is how he fucking talks with his finger in the fucking air like he's about to do a rectal exam. And it's just, shut the fuck up. Show, don't tell. Fucking A.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry I can't really respond anymore. I just don't know.
But yeah, that's basically the show for me. Yes.
All right. So would you recommend it?
Everyone's been recommending it to me. I've had strangers recommend this show to me.
That was mostly a joke, but okay. You can...
So, like, I don't know if something's wrong with me. That I've been having kind of a mental breakdown ever since I watched it, and I wasn't impressed.
Maybe.
Look at Baki right now and see what like reviews it gets. That guy on the top did not look like Baki. Mark's currently looking up like reviews to see if he can find any like stars or anything.
I don't know. I'll figure something out later. I am. Oh well, I have an IMDb.
Okay.
Baki the TV series.
Okay.
Baki Hanma is the name.
Probably.
Okay.
He's barely in the show.
Baki is barely in Baki.
Baki is barely in Baki.
Fine. 6.8 on IMDb.
You see him punch a guy a few times.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does he grapple anyone? Because it's called Baki the Grappler, apparently.
Not really.
Awesome.
No. You see him dodge some shit in the start. You see him punch a dude a couple of times. And mostly you just see him suck face with his girlfriend, and that's about it.
Oh, so it's like...
I wish I was joking. This is what it is. It just switches to him having like a romantic walk with his girlfriend, and then it goes back to a fight of two people I don't fucking know.
So it's like the opposite of Ippo.
But yeah, so that's Baki in a fucking nutshell.
Fair enough.
All right.
I'm sorry I can't put forth any more.
How about you tell me how you feel about Kingdom Hearts coming out in 2 days? Because you're not as big a fan as me.
I'm not, but I am still a fan. I'm definitely going to still be purchasing it and playing it on the day.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to see how this goes.
I think I told you that I don't know if I'm more excited for the fact that I finally get to play it after, I think, a decade now.
Or that it's finally fucking over.
Or that it's finally fucking over. Because Square and Nomura, like, did just fucking this terrible things they've done to their fans.
What
Like,
have they done to you?
I know, right? So many fucking consoles, so many fucking, like, different things you have to buy.
It's almost like it's a fucking scam and it's a company that makes money.
And, like all these games, like, the only actual story moments in these games are, like, in the front and then the back.
Yeah.
That's fucked, dude.
But wait, don't you want to see a worse version of the Disney movies that you've already watched?
No.
Oh.
The only ones I'd, like, recommend that are fun would be Chain of Memories, if you like card games. Which, I actually enjoyed it.
I actually maintain that...
Not in the Game Boy version, in the PlayStation version that came out later. The Game Boy version was kind of shit. Or Birth by Sleep, which is really fun.
I would actually maintain that in my opinion, at least gameplay and combat-wise, Kingdom Hearts 2 is my favorite.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is very good.
Yeah. And then I think I would descend to Kingdom Hearts 1, then Birth by Sleep, then Chain of Memories.
I liked...
then I just haven't played any of the others.
I like Dream Drop Distance, but it just doesn't... It wasn't good enough to, like, deserve existing.
And of course you, like, see over time the story constantly shifts from... It shifted long ago from a Square Disney crossover
That didn't know if it would even, like, float.
Right, to it's a Square game, and occasionally the optional party members are Disney characters. That's pretty much what it becomes.
I think they're solving that. It looks like you play as everyone's in your party at once now.
That does seem like it's actually going to be helpful. I know some
because I never, like, unless I was forced to, like, played as anyone but Sword, Donald, and Goofy.
Really?
Yeah,
I was just about to mention, like, that seemed just
because in number 2 you couldn't do any of the cool shit without both Donald and Goofy in your party. So why the fuck would I ever have anyone else?
because you can switch people out.
Yeah, but they can't do the cool shit. Like, they don't have Valor form. You can't do Valor or Wisdom form when you have the new guys in your party.
You can do either one depending on who else you have. So
yes.
say I have Sora, Billy.
The new people in that are never good enough to not have the option to pull out that form. That's my point.
Yeah. I didn't use the drive forms as much. I did, but I just didn't use them as much.
Oh, you have to grind the shit out of drive forms to get, like, movable moves. Like, I played that game, like, a little bit ago. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of grinding in this. I forgot.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not trying to marry any of the characters. But still.
That being said, I really love the fact that Orin was in that game.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Because he's
I'm
dead.
hype. Oh, yeah. I forgot.
My crime is existing. The fuck with emo? Get that emo bullshit out of here.
I'm wondering who they're going to pull out of the pit in Hercules World this time. Because it always goes, like, in the first game, in Kingdom Hearts, Hades pulled out Cloud.
Yeah.
So Kingdom Hearts 2 was...
No, Cloud was alive. He hired Cloud.
No, I thought Cloud was actually... Or he had some sort of, like, soul contract on him.
He was one of the competitors, and he hired him to work for him. Yep. I played it recently.
Cloud. No, you know what it was? I'm almost certain he was like, I'm gonna resurrect someone for you.
I think he thought that Aerith was dead or some shit.
I don't know. Why is he not with the rest of the group? Why is fucking...
I don't know. I honestly do not know.
Why the fuck is Squall... I'm sorry. Leon.
What is Cloud's other person?
Zack.
Zack is in Birth by Sleep.
He's
in Hercules Coliseum, so maybe it's Zack that's dead.
Oh, okay.
Zack might be the one he was trying to resurrect. I don't know.
Maybe. That's
Aerith's alive.
Actually a neat thing.
And Zack was in the Coliseum. He's a kid Zack, though. So I don't know.
Maybe.
We can say maybe, we can guess all day, we'll never find out.
Oh, of course not. Trying to think about it will melt your brain.
So I saw the boss of the Toy Story arena. Do you want to know?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't want to know. I want to see how stupid and or amazing
really
it is.
good.
Okay, good.
It's really good.
Oh
my god.
It better be as awful as I want it to be.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay. I don't want you to say anything.
I'm not going to say anything.
I really do want
I do like the way that the Toy Story shop looks, though, because it's multiple levels. It's 3 stories.
Okay.
And you can travel along the display in the center to get the different parts.
Okay.
And each store has different enemies, but they're all toys and they all move like toys. And it's just this looks so good.
I mean, Square has never skimped on presentability.
I know, but this just looks like fucking beautiful. That's what the thing.
Isn't that weird that this is actually going to be the first Kingdom Hearts game on the new generation?
It's gonna be the first Kingdom Hearts game in the main series that's not on PS2.
Yeah. I'm happy about that.
That's crazy, is it not?
Yeah, because this
is the first Kingdom Hearts game that's not going to be
the most recent Kingdom Hearts game I played.
It's going to be released on anything that's not a PlayStation No, wait, not mainstream, because Xbox. It's being released on Xbox too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought Sony had a.
Sony was pissed because I think Xbox got the big trailer at the E3 thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought I would have heard about that.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, you always had to enjoy it on PlayStation, but now you can enjoy it on Xbox. And then Sony's kind of like, the fuck, man?
Bruh. But, no, yeah, I mean, this will be the most recent Kingdom Hearts game, at least the one that I've played, has been Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
And that was on PSP.
Are you familiar with the stories now? All the way there?
To an extent.
I know they threw a character from the cell phone game in 3.
Yeah.
I saw that.
No. I refuse this.
Here's the thing.
I refuse this timeline.
Yeah. You should watch the movie if you haven't. It's really dumb, but it does explain how everything happened. Because I think the final world looks like
Dave, I don't want to understand what's happening.
The movie area. Which is when all the worlds were connected in one happy world before all the Keyblade Masters started fighting each other and everything went boom.
I'm sorry, I stopped listening.
Dude, that wasn't even a weeb speech. That was a quick,
that's not
decisive speech.
I don't care if it's a weeb speech. I don't care about Kingdom Hearts' story. I stopped. I don't need this in my life.
Oh.
But anyway, we'll do some more in-depth Kingdom Hearts stuff, including the game itself, probably next week. Next
Tuesday.
Podcast. Next podcast, I mean.
We'll
talk about it next podcast, which we'll both have plenty of time under our belts. Last thing, we're getting up towards the end. New trend. Fyre.
Yeah,
Fyre
Mark
Festival.
forced me to watch a documentary on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know shit about Fyre before you showed me.
I remember vaguely hearing about it back when it happened in 2017.
Okay.
But I never looked into it. It wasn't something that concerned me.
Yeah.
I let it drift away. I've only just found out about this resurgence. So, for those of you who do not know what Fyre Festival is, it was supposed to be the very next big music festival.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the next Coachella. It was supposed to be the next Burning Man. And it was supposed to all take place on Pablo Escobar's, formerly Pablo Escobar's own private island, Norman's Cay.
But unfortunately, they said it was former Pablo Escobar's
island.
Well,
that's a detail. That's a detail. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, God.
And they essentially, how do I say it? How do I say this very succinctly?
Everything fell apart.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
And no one was willing to pull the plug until pretty much after it already happened.
That being said, they did actually cancel it, the first or second day.
Yeah, the second. It's the end of the first day, or maybe during the second one. It was essentially, it was a complete shit show. Everyone who paid these gross amounts for tickets showed up to what they thought were going to be luxury villas and all this great food and partying and all these amazing acts to repurposed hurricane shelter tents.
Yes.
Wet mattresses. Cheese sandwiches.
And by cheese sandwiches, we mean 2 slices of bread and cheese.
American cheese, by the way. It looked like the exact consistency of shitty, gluey American cheese. Just thrown on a piece of toast. And it turns out that everyone behind this guy by the name of Billy McFarland was just a complete scam artist and was from the very beginning, who just overpromises, underdelivers, just scams money to pay off this venture or the next. But he somehow also rooped Ja fucking Rule into this.
Yep.
To be the head man. And by the by, I'm not sure if I mentioned this to you. While these documentaries are coming out, both the competing Netflix and Hulu ones, we watched the Netflix ones, by the by, Ja Rule is tweeting out, being like, hey, I'm right there with y'all watching these documentaries. Oh, it's fucking crazy, man.
He was right fucking there from the start.
Oh, man, I don't know. Man. Oh, this is some weird shit. Oh, man, it's fucking amazing.
Ja, so come on, Ja.
So it's a combination of both everything going wrong that could go wrong and these people just being... I don't even want to say this one guy being a complete scam artist who roped in a bunch of talent.
And he didn't even learn his fucking lesson from it.
No, because the best thing about it is he gets charged with fraud. He goes to prison, pays his bail, and then immediately goes out to scam more people and get more money.
Like, I can understand, like, he wasn't, like... He just got over his head and he didn't want it to fail. I can understand the fucking Icarus flying towards the sun sort of thing. I can't understand turning around and then committing actual, like, no way to fucking question it.
Crime. Fraud crime. Hi, we're selling tickets. Okay, here's your money. Where's my ticket? What ticket? That was the extent. Like, the Fyre Festival had a lot of things going on behind the scenes of exactly where he got the money and how it's being...
All it was...
But the thing he does after he gets out, after Fyre Festival, was just straight up email people on the email list of Fyre Festival, say, we're selling tickets at this price.
Yeah.
And then just, like, blocking their email, pretty much, after they give him the money. It was beautiful in its simplicity. But so that's the thing that kind of confirms that this guy Billy he's just a sociopath. Like, I can't even get mad at him, really. It's just like, this is just who you are and this is what you do. No one should trust you from here on in. But the
thing is, he filmed like the actual scam assignments he had. He filmed it.
I'm not sure what his idea was with that.
I know, right? One thing I learned from this is you should have a lot of footage. What?
Of what? Of you doing crimes? No, but so yeah, this guy Billy, he starts up this he's this young entrepreneur, starts up this company that it was a little bit more difficult to discern from this one. I remember I watched a bit on Hulu, which explained it a bit better. It was essentially you would take this metal sheet, magnesis, you would pay to attach currently existing credit cards to it, and then as you use the credit card normally with your company, you'd also get points in their club that you could get stuff on.
Not a bad idea.
It's not the worst idea, and it was supposed to be very striking instead of these like floppy plastic cards.
The problem with doing those kind of like benefits cards is that you constantly have to have companies willing to give out deals, and you constantly have to be in connection with these people.
Which he was, and then he wasn't.
If it drops at any point, if like connection cuts with any of them at any point, it's done. It's over.
But then he moves over to Fyre, which is his a software app, a startup thing that's meant to be all about how easy it is to book talent for shows and events.
Yeah.
Also,
another good idea.
Another solid idea. And then comes Fyre Festival, something both to promote the new app and to be the next big thing.
It starts off with them saying that it was going to happen on, what's his name? Pablo Escobar's old island.
So one of the things they had is, the main thing, the first problem that really set this downhill was they were going to have it started on Norman's Cay, which is Pablo Escobar, formerly Pablo Escobar's private island. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Ignoring the legal troubles of that is a very enticing thing. Hey, let's go to the fucking drug lord's island. That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
Now that he's dead. But then as they bought it, but they may have bought it. They're not even sure if he ever actually paid money for it.
He never paid the $1 million down.
Yeah, there's supposed to be like $1 million down and the remaining $10 million at a later date. And there's and people are saying like, I'm not even sure if any of that got paid ever. But he goes to Pablo Escobar's island and it's like, okay, Pablo Escobar's lawyers say, you can do this. That's perfectly fine, but this is not Pablo Escobar's island. This is Norman's Cay. Not Pablo Escobar's island. I don't want to hear the word Pablo Escobar out of your fucking mouth. First promo. Pablo Escobar's island. Okay.
And then they're like, okay, goodbye.
All right, you're gone. Later. Well, we're already setting up. No, you're gone.
Yeah, and then they had to find another fucking island.
Yeah, okay, we're just new island. Find one. Where?
Which
ended up...
honestly was probably a saving grace for them. Because if they were on a place that was away from civilization...
Oh, yeah. So, again, there's something to further into that in just a second. They ended up going to Great Exuma, which is one of the more populous islands in the Bahamas, in that it actually has people. But that also comes to the problem, it's not what you promised.
Yeah.
It's not a deserted island that you're basically just setting up just for this.
Yeah.
It is a populous island about north of a Sandals resort. And you're just on these bluffs. That was a construction site previously.
Yes.
And what someone discovered was they were photoshopping out
the rest of the island.
The bluff they were on and cutting off the remainder of the island to see, like no, we're still on a deserted island. This is going to be fine.
Yeah.
This also comes to the problem of actually having to work with the local population.
Yeah.
And having them both as a local workforce, but also, hey, where's my fucking money?
Who they didn't pay. But I want to stop you here and go back to the fact that if they actually did this on a deserted island,
oh yeah,
they would have no way to go home after all this. They would have no way to get food or water.
There was
no way to get medical attention or deal with sewage.
There was no infrastructure at all.
Did you hear about the fucking cruise ship that went down for a bit?
Yeah.
They were living fucked up.
Yeah, it was really shit. But no, I mean, because there was this guy very early on in the beginning, a foreign. I didn't place his accent.
Yeah. Maybe from the Bahamas?
No, definitely not. Definitely not from the Bahamas. But he said he'd been living there for about 10 years. So maybe it's what his native accent is plus...
Jamaican, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. But a gentleman who was flying planes, had known Billy for a long time, and was using his...
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about now.
Oh, yeah, that guy. White guy.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm not talking about the actual Bahamian people. No, there was a guy very early on who knew Billy, was flying planes for him, and was using his knowledge of the island after living there for 10 years.
Yeah.
To be okay, we can do this. This is what you're going to need.
And he was giving them good information.
He was giving them good advice. It's okay, we can't fit as many people as you've already booked because you've sold 95% of your tickets in 2 days of this being up. You're not going to fit this many people on this island. So here's my idea. We're going to build a jetty and we're going to have a cruise ship that we can ferry people back and forth from, but that's going to be your hub. And that seems like a good idea. And it's we're not doing a cruise ship. And he just looks at him why not? He's no, we're not doing a cruise ship. We already decided. And as he's coming up, it's you're not going to be able to do this. You need better infrastructure. You need to do this, this, and this. This is not going to fit this many people. And eventually it's he was just asked to leave. You're done. No.
Here's what they probably should have did. They probably should have followed the rules about Pablo Escobar in the first place.
That's step one.
And also, make the tickets exorbitantly, expensive. And just have a few people come down. You could have made the same amount of money with less people. You had the social media, everyone looking at it. You had the models.
Yeah.
You had fucking Ja Rule, and you could have had people coming over here that had money to throw away, and you could have made this fucking work. But your eyes were just oh.
And they say towards the end, it's he had to convince himself as much as everyone else that this is the life he led.
There's a fucking South Park episode where he's nobody can come into my theme park. And then everyone wanted to come into his theme park.
There you go.
It's a great business strategy.
It's perfect.
You create the demand.
You can't come here. This is my Pablo Escobar island.
You manufacture the demand, and then you have only a select amount of people come in to enjoy it. And then you slowly connect the two.
More and more. Yep. But he's not that kind of guy. He's a scam artist that tries to get as many people just paying him money without asking too many questions as possible. Yeah. And then, woo! I'm gone. Goodbye.
This could have been so much worse. I just kept watching it, waiting for the Red Cross to come in with fucking copters and shit, but that never happened, thank God. But
yeah, thankfully, the way this is actually still kind of funny is that no one died.
Yeah,
no one was permanently harmed.
We didn't have water. Jesus Christ!
People
were locked in an airport, were they not?
Yeah, that was the funniest fucking thing to me, because you look at it's people are locked in an airport waiting to go out, and they just watch a guy walk to the door and just chain the door shut, and they're
Yeah, why did he do that?
I guess they were just trying to, like, keep people in one place, stop people from wandering off, and I don't know.
That's like imprisonment, is it not?
I think it was also like they were just locking up the place for the night, and maybe that's just how they locked the fucking door. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, Dave. But,
like, I know my father went down to the fucking Dominican, like, they enforced, like, a fucking war, like, what's that thing we have to get in before dark?
Curfew.
Curfew. They enforced curfew, but that was because of fucking, like a storm, like a huge-ass storm.
Speaking of storms. And so no one decided to think of, hey, what happens if it rains in this tropical
fucking Bahamas.
In the fucking Bahamas. So every single fucking hurricane tent that people were staying, these luxury villas people were staying in, all got wet, all their shit got soaked, their luggage was brought in with no tags on these just big fucking 18-wheelers.
That being said, like if those tents, like, they wouldn't be bad if it
didn't rain.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, but
they
still,
weren't the worst tents.
But it's not what you promised.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
There wasn't enough water. There wasn't enough food. There wasn't enough general supplies for everything.
Yeah.
So people were just scrambling, and they didn't even hand them out or organize. They're like, okay, grab it. Grab a tent, fuckers.
They had no security at night.
They had no security at night, and there were no lights at night because no one bothered to set that up.
People just immediately went into stealing frenzy to steal fucking toilet papers and pillows.
I don't know if y'all read Lord of the Flies. No, in all honesty, if this...
You laugh, but if this lasted 2 more days, that's what it would have been.
I was just about to say, we're looking at this gone on for maybe another week or two. Oh. We're going to walk on to Billy holding a seashell like only I may have the conch. Only I may speak. Pretty much. Oh, God. But assuming he was still there. No, he
where did he go? Did he just fucking book it?
He fucking bailed! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I know that's probably what he did, but I forgot if they ever said it officially.
No, yeah, he essentially just everyone was the only thing. Well, the only truth is Billy himself. He's the only one who knows because everyone was sitting around where the hell did Billy go?
Yeah.
It gets to the point where this right-hand man that Billy had, who was helping him through basically all of this.
Yeah.
Billy goes up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're we got
hey, you're our gay best friend.
You're gay, right? No, they have 4 big-ass containers of water for everyone.
Yeah.
So they don't fucking dehydrate over the next couple days. And Bahama Customs is holding it for $175,000. Duty, yeah, that's pretty common for Customs.
Yeah.
They don't have money for it. So they get off the phone with Customs, and he turns to his right-hand man hey, you're gay, right? So, are you willing to go...
Take one for the team and blow a man for water.
Yeah, blow some pipes to get some water. And the guy was just I have been working this for 30 years. I had a career.
And I was willing to
I freshened up, I squirted some mouthwash, and I was definitely ready to go suck this man's dick to get some water.
Oh my God.
And thankfully, the customs guy in question was dude, just take the water. But, because, just take the water, but we want to be one of the first people paid when this goes.
Yeah. And I don't think... Were they ever paid?
Of course not. No one was, but still. But, the fact, and it's someone else pointed out on a podcast, which I relate to you, it's hey, Billy, you have a perfectly serviceable set of lips. This is kind of on you right now, buddy. Don't drag him into this.
Jesus Christ.
But no, it is fascinating to watch this crash and burn as spectacularly as it does, and it is so much fun. I highly recommend either the Netflix one or the Hulu one. There's
I said, this is funny, but if it was only 2 more days, it would have been a fucking horror story.
And here's the thing about people getting hurt and misfortunes happening, especially, say if it was to you, my best friend, my dear companion. If you fell over a cliff somewhere, I am running over and be oh my God, Dave, are you okay? As soon as you say you're okay, I am laughing my ass off.
Oh yeah.
That's how this works. As long as there is no death and no permanent damage, everything is fucking hilarious.
That being said, there are so many people that basically like ran their lives rigid to make this work, especially workers that built it, and they'll never see a dime.
They're never going to see a dime. There's this woman, this restaurant owner who had to help a bunch of people when there was no fucking room for anyone.
And she had to fucking pay the people out of her own money. She was an employee.
Well, I think she was the owner.
Okay.
She was the owner of the place she worked, and she had 10 people, she said, like, working 24 hours, just day in, day out, making fucking food. They never got any money from Fyre, so I paid them, like,
all of her money.
50 grand out of my savings to help pay them. That's gone.
Jesus
I'm not going to
Christ.
fuck over my people, because I see them day in, day out. But where's my money for doing all this work?
Yeah.
That is part of the trap. I mean, I'm saying when I say it's funny, it's more to the people, like the actual consumers of this, because the vast majority of them are shithead trust fund bases.
And there were like a bunch of people like getting mad at the fucking models, and I'm like, they just fucking modeled.
People getting mad at the models and at the film crews, and it's like these people didn't fucking know.
That's like getting mad at the fucking restaurant owner for forcing to feed you a cheese sandwich. That's dumb. That's all they had to fucking give you.
Blame fucking Billy.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you getting mad at the models?
Anyway.
You were beautiful and you tricked me into buying it. Fuck off.
No. Yeah, it was. I mean, I can see they were all, like, emotions were high. Everyone is just mad at everyone at that point, looking for someone to blame. And, well, Billy, you can't exactly get blood from a stone. So, I don't know, maybe get mad at Ja Rule. That seems like fun.
I'm surprised he hasn't been sued.
Yeah.
If he has, he has good lawyers.
I wonder if he... I wouldn't know if there's any legal action against him, but I wouldn't be shocked. Either way, I wouldn't be shocked.
And just listening to him talk, you realize that...
Like after this entire thing pops off, he's talking in a conference with them and like, y'all just need to spin this.
See, it's not fraud. We just had a bit of false advertisement.
So, fraud, Ja. It's fun. It's so much fun to watch. Out barring the occasional moments of people who genuinely had their... Not people who got hurt. No one got hurt, but people did genuinely have, like, I don't want to say lives ruined, but definitely had a lot of shit.
Lives threatened?
Yeah, that was another thing of the
A lot of people had to go on the fucking run.
Yeah, like that one gentleman who was going to suck some dick for water. Yeah. He ended up trading clothes with one of his employees and essentially hiding out in a bathroom until someone that he knew came up with a car, and he jumped in the backseat and hid, like laid on the floor, and got the fuck out of there.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, it's I highly recommend both. I recommend the Netflix one. I believe the Hulu one is also supposed to be pretty good. It goes into a bit more about Billy and about his business, and
I honestly couldn't care more.
That's fair. Couldn't care less, you mean?
No, if I could care less, then it means I care a little bit.
But, so the Hulu one, it kind of gives Billy's side of thing, which I don't want to hear.
Fuck Billy.
I don't want to hear. Yeah, please don't. But the Netflix one does have a little bit of grossness behind it, and it's heavily influenced by the people at the advertising agency.
Is it?
Kind of.
Seemed pretty fair.
It was all very fair, but you have to kind of, like, they got the brilliant minds over at Fuck Jerry. Pretty much. I heard that. So. I heard that beforehand, and I thought it was going to be way worse.
But it wasn't an announcer saying they got their brilliant minds. It was someone saying that, so it always comes off to me as more of an opinion of this person.
That's fair.
If it's not an announcer saying,
it was not as
they got the brilliant minds over at Fuck Jerry.
If they couldn't make it work, no one could.
Because in a documentary, you have one guy say this guy's the greatest, and then immediately cut to someone else like, oh yeah, that guy was an asshole.
Yeah, that's fair. But no, yeah, it's just take both of those instances with a grain of salt. Oh, otherwise, I highly recommend this documentary.
Overall, it seemed pretty fair to me with everything, and I'm honestly glad that Billy didn't fucking talk in it other than raw footage.
Yeah, that's fair. Because he doesn't seem exactly too much better, even in that interview on the Hulu one.
Oh, God.
Though he does mention, in the Hulu one, he does mention how he was great close friends and looked up to the guy who was with one of the fraudsters.
The fraudsters?
No, like this very notable guy who got indicted. Owned an energy company.
Okay.
Got indicted and like immediately died in a fire crash the day after he was indicted.
Fuck. But yeah.
So yeah, that's one of Billy's role models.
So be careful of Icarus, I guess.
I guess so. And
But-
don't trust people named Billy.
But that's all it for us, guys. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, we'll hopefully be back in 2 weeks with Kingdom Hearts.
We will be back in 2 weeks because I'm going to be playing the shit out of it.
I'm gonna rough Sora's
I'm go-
so hard.
I'm going to love and hate it at the same fucking time. Oh, one thing that didn't make it.
One thing.
Yeah, one thing.
Hold on just a second, children.
I want to let everyone know in advance that Kingdom Hearts 3 for me will be impossible to have a perfect score. I don't think any amount of how this could be the perfect game. I don't think like it would be perfect enough to have to buy a PSP, a 3DS.
No, you can stop.
A cell phone.
Nothing can justify buying a PSP.
So yeah, no matter what, this game will not be a perfect score for me,
So
even if it's a perfect game.
But you're not really reviewing the game at that point. You're reviewing the series as a whole.
Usually, yes, but in order to play and fully enjoy this, you have to do this. So I think that's reason enough to say, yeah, fuck you, no.
That's fair. But we will go in more in depth to that in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'm going to be hearing from you on the day that is actually released.
Yes, I'm going to be texting you all throughout the day.
Ugh.
Peace, guys.
Later.